Hello, I'm back. So, this market went very well. I wasn't expecting it to do this well, but okay, let's just break this down. This is not going to be in order like the previous video was, so this is just kind of the way I wrote it down in here. So, I had 20 frogs, the 20 leggy froggies. I don't even think I showed you guys these in the last video, but I had 20 leggy froggies, and now after the show only have 8, so that's like 12 that I sold. And I was selling these for really cheap just because I can make these in like 15 minutes. So I was just selling them for $5 because if it's 15 minutes for me to make these and I'm charging, like $15 an hour, it'd be more like $20 an hour because I want to give myself, a little above average pay, which sounds bad, but crocheting is a lot of work. So $20 an hour is kind of roughly how I go by, and these are 15 minutes, so $5. So yeah. And these were so popular. Also, I wanted a $5 item because there's like kids that come to my shows sometimes, and I feel bad, like kids don't have money and they want like everything, and it's like, no, I'm sorry. So I wanted a $5 item, so that's what these were. And they went over so well. People loved the frogs. I mean, I sold 12 of them, so that did good. So I have 8. Yeah, I have 8 left. It's funny, I have a lot of the blue ones left, so I don't know. Do people not like blue frogs? I like blue frogs. Okay, so... Oh. Sorry, they're on my bed over here. And if you cannot tell, just like the previous video, this is totally unscripted. Sorry, my cat's like down there and he's just playing on paper. Anyway. Okay, the shrimps. Okay. This was funny. So, if you guys saw the previous video, I had like a ton of these little shrimps, and I was even thinking like, good lord, Sabin, why did you make all of these? Like, I don't understand what was going through your head. Like, why did you make so many of these shrimps? Nobody's gonna buy like all of these shrimps. They're shrimps. Like, but it was okay. Like, I was like, it's okay if somebody really likes them, or if they don't sell, they're cute. Like, I just wanted to make them. And I was selling these for $5 also, because they're small, and they were really fairly easy to make. And I had 16 of them, so I wanted to kind of prompt people to buy them, because I was kind of just like, okay, is anybody gonna buy this? People actually bought them, and I was so surprised. Well, okay, so the thing is, a fellow vendor, they were across from me, and they came over and were looking at my stuff, and apparently they work at like the zoo, the San Diego Zoo, which is like really cool because I love the San Diego Zoo. And they saw the shrimps, and at first I think they bought 1, maybe 2, but then they like, oh yeah, they bought 1. It was the bright Shrek green one, and then they went back to their booth, and then like 15 minutes later they came back, and they're like, can I actually get 5 more shrimps? My coworkers are gonna come later on in the day, and I want to get the Misa shrimp. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I don't know like what part of the day it was, but they did come back like again, like towards the end of the day, and then like buy, I don't know, 4 more. Like, I swear this person bought like 9 shrimps or something. It was great. I loved it. 9 or 10, I don't even know, like, but yeah, anyway, I only have 5 of these left. I had 16, and now I have 5, and I was selling these for $5, so shrimps did well, and I was surprised, because like I said, I genuinely thought that I would have a ton of these left over, so I'm glad. And thanks to that person that bought all of the shrimps. Okay, dinosaurs. Okay, yeah, right. So I had 3 of these. I have this yellow one, this blue one and a like variegated blue one. I sold the variegated blue one to the vendor that was like right next to me. She came over and she bought it, and it was nice. Like I was glad that she liked it. It was just a bit smaller too. It wasn't as big as these ones, but it was cool. So I sold that. I forget to tell you guys the prices. So I sold that for 30. I sold these for 30. So, because they take me probably like an hour and a half of like constant work, but I usually don't do these like constantly. I don't know. I usually like watch a movie when I'm doing these, so I'm not like 100% paying attention. So, but anyway. Oh yeah, axolotls. Oh, no, first, Triceratops. So, I don't know if I even showed the Triceratops in the last video, but I had these little Triceratops. They're really cute, and I was selling those for $10. I had two. I had a red one and a blue one, and the same person, he bought like both of them, so that's great. So I sold out of those, and I was selling those for $10. Okay, anyways, axolotls. So I made a ton of these as well, and these didn't do as well as I thought they would. I thought that, you know, I thought they'd be more popular than they were, because they're axolotls, and axolotls are usually popular. So at my very first market, they were super popular, but this one, I don't know, they weren't super popular. I think I sold 2. Yeah, because I had 15, and now I have 13, so I sold 2. I was selling this for $15. I might lower it to 10, but I don't think so. I feel like these should stay at 15. But I do have a lot of them still, so the only ones I sold were the orange one, and then the pink one with the red thingies. Yeah, so the normal, or the standard axolotl. Okay, so, oh, ice cream. Yeah, I had, let me see if I can find these. I had a bunch of these ice creams, and I didn't sell any of them. I got lots of compliments on them. People liked them, but nobody bought them, which is fine. So I have all of those left over. Also, these were hanging, like I had racks and I hung them, so that might have been why they didn't sell. I have no idea. But anyway, I have each of them left, and I was selling this one for 10. 20. No, that was 15, sorry. This was the 21. This is the 21. So 10, 15, 20. Okay. Oh yeah. Perry the Platypus. So I made 3 Perry the Platypus, and one of them was like this color or that color on my walls. It was like not quite the color, or darker too. It wasn't quite Perry's color. It was like knockoff Perry, because he even had like a yellow bill, whatever. But I sold all of them. It was great because I wasn't really expecting all of them to sell. Like, I definitely thought I'd sell one of them, because I had people, like, on my Instagram, they saw it, and they're like, oh, I want that. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I even put one on hold, because one of my regular customers, she was gonna come later in the day, and so, I just put it on hold. Her friend was there, and they were like, hey, can you, like, put it away for her, or do you have any more? And I was like, yeah, I'll just put it away. And it was so cool, because later on she came by, and she got that. She got one of my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Donatello. She got that one, and then, gosh, what else? There was something else. I think a chicken. Yeah. And then, did she get another thing? I don't know, sorry. It was so busy that, like, I couldn't even keep track of everything. It was crazy. But anyways, she got all those things, and it was so cool, because she, like, brought me a poster of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, wait, let me see if I can show you guys, because this is, like, my favorite thing. No. Can I can't flip this around. Oh, wow. Very professional. But anyway, it's, like, up there. And it's my favorite thing, like, ever. I love that. I love that so much. It was so cool. Like, thank you. I was so happy when she brought that. It was just amazing. Anyways, so she bought one. Who else bought these? Oh yeah, there's like, at the place that I go to, there's like a maid cafe. So all the performers come up, like they perform, and then also they have time, like free time, to like look at the other vendors and just hang out. And so one of the butlers, he bought the other Perry the Platypus. They bought the Jerry the Platypus, the knockoff one. And then who bought the other one, the big one? I don't know. I don't know who it was, but that was like towards the beginning of the market. Anyways, sorry for all the chaos. You get lots of chaos with me. Anyways, so those I sold for 35 or 30. Yeah, I sold the little one for 30 and the two other ones for 35. Yeah. I sold Jerry the Platypus for 30 because he was the off-brand one. Okay. I had a whale. It's funny, lots of people loved this, but nobody asked how much it was or bought it. But I had like a lot of people being like, oh, I love that. And I think I'm selling this for 15 or 20. I can't really remember how long it took me because I was house sitting, so I kind of stopped and like took care of the animals and then went back to it, so I don't know. But 15 or 20 for the whale. And I didn't sell it. Octopus. Okay, so I had like 3 octopi. I had a blue one, a red one, and a variegated one. Like one in this color. And I sold them all. So that was good. I sold them all. And I sold them for $10 each. So, and then squids. I had 2 white ones, 1 red one, and this one. And I sell these for 10 as well. And this is the only one I have left. Okay, shrimps. Oh, the bigger shrimps. I was like, why do I have shrimps on here again? Is the bigger shrimp. So I had one with the sweater and then like a little yellow one. So I sold the little yellow one, I think, for $5 because it was small like the other ones. And then the big one, I actually gifted to the person who bought all of the shrimps because I was like, you know what? They literally bought like 10. I'm just gonna give them this. They're the shrimp lord. So I gave them the big shrimp and they loved it. It was great. Okay, so lobsters. I had 3 lobsters and there was like a red one, like an orangish red, a red one, and then a blue-green one, kind of like that back wall color. I sold those for 15. I think I sold the reddish orange one for 10, but just because it was like smaller. I mean, like that big, and the other ones are like that big, but whatever. Yeah, so 15, and then 10. Okay. Oh yeah, the big old seals. So I sold one of my sons. I sold my son. I sold them off. And it was cool because the person that bought it, I didn't realize, I'm sorry, okay. I know them, they're like a fellow vendor and they've been at the con or the event before. And they came, or their partner came by and I didn't know that he was their partner. And he was like, oh, I might be back to get something. And he was really nice. He had like this cool Kirby button down. And really like appreciated all of my work and it was cool. And then later on he came back with them and they were like, oh, look, they loved the seal. And it was cute because they were like, hey, you said you'd buy me something. And their boyfriend was like, okay, what do you want? And they're like, the seal. And they struggled a lot deciding which one they wanted. They were like, do I want the white one or the gray one? And I was like, I'm not gonna help them. I want them to decide. And eventually they did, and they chose the white one, which I'm glad, because even though I wasn't saying anything, this one was kind of my favorite. And I wanted it to keep him, like a little bit. But I didn't say anything. Anyways, they bought it, or actually, their boyfriend bought it for them. So cute. For 50. I sold it for 50. So that was nice. But I'm glad that they loved it so much. And then we were like joking. I was getting a little slap happy. We were just joking and talking. And it was literally the last thing I sold. So it was nice. It was just a nice experience. Okay. Okay. Possums is the next thing I have down here. So I had 4 possums. So I had 2 fluffy gray ones, 1 pink fluffy one, then 1 brown one. And they apparently all sold, and I didn't even realize it. Because, like I said, it got so busy at one point that I couldn't even write things down because I was just, like, either constantly selling or talking with people, and there was, like, even a line. It was crazy. But I sold all the possums, and I sold those for $10 a piece. But I forgot to mention that all of my $10 items have, like, a deal on them where it's 2 for $15. So, yeah. So I think I sold 2 possums for $15. Anyway, oh, you know the geese? I had geese in my previous video. I had a white one and a brown one, and I sold both of those, which I was a little surprised just because I had those for a while, or like I had them at my previous market and nobody bought them, but I sold both of them this time, and I sold them for $20, and they were about that big, so that was nice. Okay. Next is the chickens, and on my list right here, I wrote -4, and there's a reason for that. I had, I think, 8 chickens. I sold out of them, and I had a person come up, like, probably, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes after I sold the last one, and they were like, oh, do you have any more chickens? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. And they're like, no. And they were, like, sad, and then I was like, wait, I brought yarn, I can make you one. And they were like, please make the chicken. Like, they were so happy. So I sat there and I made one, and I tried to, like, make it, like, really fast. I had the speckled yarn, but I ran out of it. I was like, no, because I didn't bring a lot. I only brought, like, a small ball of it, and I ran out of it, and I was upset. But I fixed it because I added gray yarn to it, so it kind of looked like a baby chicken, like the young ones that are going from, like, getting their adult feathers. That's what it ended up looking like. And the customer, they loved it. They loved it so much. They're like, oh my gosh, you made it. They're like, it's magic. Like, they were blown away by it. It was so cool. And then it was, okay, but that's not where it ends. So I was like, oh, okay, apparently these are a huge hit. I should probably make a few more. I had, like, another speckled yarn. It was, like, the rainbow speckled one. Anyway, so I made a chicken. I put it out. Within 10 minutes, somebody came up and bought it. And then I had this other person, they came by, and they were like, oh, I've been seeing your chickens around the venue. Do you have any more? And I'm like, no, but I can make you one. And so I showed him the gray yarn, that I had a lot of that. And he was like, I don't know if I want, and then I showed him, like, the golden yarn I had, and he was like, yes. So I made him a golden chicken. And then okay, and then the very last person that wanted a chicken was the shrimp person. They came by again, and they asked, they're like, all my friends got chickens, and I think it was their friends that they had bought all the shrimps for, but they're like, all my friends bought chickens. Can you please make me a chicken so I'm not chickenless? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. So I made them a chicken. It was the final chicken. So at the event, I made 4 chickens. I had 8 chickens. I made 4. So it was a total of 12 chickens. And I sold them all for like $10. I think the custom ones, people like tipped me, like, cause like maybe a few dollars, cause I noticed that they paid more. I told them 10, but they were just nice and they just gave me more. But anyway, that's the tale of the chicken saga, and that apparently is my biggest seller, like, of all time. It's the chicken graze. It's chickens. Okay, moving on. I had eggs. I had like 3 eggs, and those all sold. In fact, a lot of people bought the 2 for $15 with the eggs and the chickens. It was so cute. Like, they'd buy a chicken and then an egg to go with it. It was cute. But I sold all 3 eggs, and I sold those for 10. Oh yeah, the flower boys. I had a few of these. I think, oh yeah, I had 4, I think. I still have 3, so I sold 1, but these go for 10. And then I had mushroom boys, the chunky mushroom boys. I had 4, I think, maybe 5. Nope, I had 4. Yeah, I had 4 of those, and I sold all of them for $10 piece. Yeah. What else do we have on here? Okay. Oh yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I had made a bunch of these, and I didn't know how they do, but I absolutely loved them. So I had 2 sets of the pizza ones. One set of like regular, it was their shell that was brown with the mask, and then this part, like that's the crust, I would make it the color of the mask. Anyway, I sold that as a set for $40. I sold the pizza ones as a set for $40, and I sold the mini ones, which is great. I'm glad I sold them, but at the same time, I was kind of hoping they wouldn't sell because I loved the mini ones. I was like, if they don't sell, I'm gonna be upset. But they sold, so that's good. But I sold the mini ones for $30 just because they took like a long time. But it was as a set. So anyway, the only ones and then the person that gave me the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles poster, which again, you cannot tell I'm so happy about that. They bought Donatello out of the pizza ones, so I don't have Donnie anymore. It's just these 3. Without Donnie, I have to go make Donnie. It's sad. It's Mikey, Leo, Raphael. They're Donnie-less. I gotta make a Donnie. But these are the only 3 that I have left. So that's crazy. They did well. Okay, what else do I have? Okay, Sunflower Turtles. Okay. It was nice because one of the previous vendors, I didn't even know that they were a vendor at first because the event has a lot of things going on. They have like karaoke, and the way I met this person, they were like singing karaoke, and like some of the karaoke, not to be mean, but like isn't great, you know? And so after like hours just being there and listening to like okay karaoke, you could just get a little like, oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, they went on and they were really good. Like I thought they were a professional singer or recording, and so my ears were just like, thank you so much. It was so nice. They were like incredible. Anyways, I went up like if there's a good singer, I usually want to give them like a tip or something. So I gave them a frog, one of my little leggy froggies, and they absolutely loved it. And I had no idea that they were a vendor. They were vending out like outside because the venue has like a patio, and that's where they were. And I was like, what? And it was so nice because they came back and they gave me I don't have them out. They're like in there, but they gave me little stitch markers, like little for crocheting, like to keep count of your stitches. And they were little Demon Slayer ones. It's really cute, and I love those. So it was just a nice experience. It's so wholesome at this event. And anyways, yeah, so they wanted a sunflower turtle. So they came back, like, because this was the last market that I was telling you about, this karaoke experience. But they came back this market. Or was it the market before? Sorry, it gets all blended in there sometimes. Anyways, they wanted a sunflower turtle, so they came and they got one. They were so happy that I didn't sell out of them because I had sold out of these last time. So they were like, oh, yay, you still have him. And so they got one. And I think, yeah, I charged $25. Yeah, so I sold this for $25. I have 2 left. I had another one, and that one sold, like, at the beginning of the event. So yeah, it's nice. Okay, I had 1B, and it sold. It's gone. And I sold that for $10. I still have this big frog. I was gonna sell him for like, I don't know, $15, but I still have him. Okay, bunny. I had this weird bunny I made like forever ago, and I was gonna sell him for $20, but he didn't sell. And then I had a really pretty gazelle that was made out of the same yarn this bunny was, but it was like a light gray and a light brown and light white. It was really pretty with like a pastel peach pink skirt. It was nice. And I sold that for $40 because it took me a while to make it. And what else? Oh yeah, and then the snake. I sold a snake for $40 as well. So, okay. The total I made for this market, this is like a 1-day market, and it's a small table. I mean, not small. It's a 6x4 space. It's not like the by whatever space with the tent. It's not that one, it's just a regular table. So it was like small. In fact, I had to bring like a shelf to display all of my work just because I had so much stuff. But anyways, the total amount that I made for this market was $1,000. I've never made $1,000 before, like, in one day. My brain is still not processing that I made this much money. It's like, how does this equal that? Like, what? But I mean, I'm really thankful and kind of like honored. Like I'm happy that people genuinely like my crochet stuff. Cause I don't know, you guys don't know me, but like, here's some work. I draw usually, so I used to like sell my prints, and I still sell my prints. Like, I love art. I'm never not gonna love drawing. So I drew this, it's Hellboy. My thing no actually saw this and signed it. But anyways, I draw, and I used to sell my drawings like at events, and I do well, you know, like I'm pretty good, but I never made like $1,000 in a day, you know, like, so it's crazy. So now I do plushies and art, and it's great. I love doing both. I'm just like surprised how well it's going. Like, I started crocheting plushies or amigurumi in May of this year, late May, like practically June. But anyway, yeah, I made $1,000. I'm so thankful, like, and so happy. Like, I love that this is my life now. Okay, goodbye.